Hello again, I'm Carrie Hennessy and welcome back to the dirt. Do you notice something different today? I'm not knee-deep in a pile of snow. Mother Nature has given us a late winter thaw and I can smell spring in the air. This kind of weather makes me itch to get outside and start planting, but it's still too early for this kind of ambition. This is Wisconsin and winter's not over yet. We can still get plummeting temperatures and sudden blizzards. But it is a great time for the next best thing. Start planning your spring landscape projects. Lots of people have the desire to renovate a section of their yard themselves, but may not know the right plants or the proper design aesthetic for a certain area. So what often ends up happening is that you get expensive mistakes. A little evergreen planted too close to the house can be a huge problem 10 years later. Or maybe your yard has lots of spring color, but it's pretty boring the rest of the season. If this sounds familiar, Johnson's Nursery has the perfect solution for you. We offer a popular design program called We Plan, You Plant. One of our designers will create a free design for you when the plants are purchased from Johnson's Nursery. All we need from you is a completed design questionnaire, photographs, and measurements. The questionnaire and graph paper are available at either of our retail locations, or you can print it off of our website, johnsonsnursery.com. Today I thought I would demonstrate how the whole We Plan, You Plant process works by showing you on a small corner of our display gardens that could really use some renovation. Here's a blue Japanese white pine that's sadly outgrown the space outside of our retail office. And the Siberian cypress underneath is just an eyesore, and it's not what we want our customers to see when they first come to Johnson's Nursery. It's time to start over with something more appropriate for the size of this area and that will add the right amount of pizzazz. Let's get started. So if I'm approaching this as a We Plan, You Plant customer, first I need to fill out the design questionnaire. Every question in this packet is important. It will allow your designer to select the best plants for your particular site. So it's going to ask you some questions like soil conditions in the area. In our site, it's very dry, compacted soil, clay soil. Light conditions in the area, it will get sun in the morning and then shade from the building in the afternoon, so I'll say part sun. Plant preferences, evergreens, perennials, and natives. What is your favorite season? Well, we get customers coming to Johnson's Nursery throughout the entire year, so I think we need something with all season interest, so I'm going to say all of them. Plant and color preferences. I think we really need a nice evergreen as a focal point for all year interest, plus I want lots of color in that area. How did you hear about the We Plan, You Plant program? Carrie Hennessy on the dirt at johnsonsnursery.com. Well, that's finished, so it's time to move on to our next step, taking photographs. Photographs should be taken from several different angles, close-ups, and wide views. I can either print these photos or download them onto a CD. Finally, I want to get as accurate measurements as possible. I will measure the area of the bed in relation to the building. This includes the doors and the overhang. Don't forget to measure any windows along the building. I will also need to include their length and how far from the ground they are. I need to measure where any existing plants, like the pine, are located, even if it is being removed. Now I'm going to head inside and transfer the measurements to graph paper and create the base map. In your We Plan, You Plant packet, we provide graph paper that is scaled to 1/8 inch. 1 square is going to equal 1 foot. It's important that you stick to the scale because if the base map measurements are incorrect, you may end up with too many plants or worse, not enough. At last, I am ready to turn in my We Plan, You Plant information. I could either send this in the mail or drop it off to Johnson's Nursery, or Johnson's Gardens if I were closer to Cedarburg. Once we receive the completed packet, just give us 2 weeks to create a custom design for you. If you wait until the spring rush, it may take a little longer. Then your designer will set up an appointment to see what they've come up with based on the information provided. I'm really excited to design the new entrance bed at Johnson's Nursery. Check back soon for the second installment of this episode and I'll show you the completed design and the finished results. If you have a larger project that's too big for you to tackle yourself, one of our talented landscape designers would be glad to do the design and installation. But the sooner you meet with us, the better to beat the spring rush. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see lots of these completed We Plan You Plant packets from you folks at home. I'm Carrie Hennessy, and join me next time to get the latest dirt.